Hi everyone, it's Bobby with Magic Valley Eats. We are here in Rupert at Sofie's Chatterbox, and I wanted to come here and share the story of this restaurant. It is absolutely fantastic. We had several people on the $100 gift card giveaway mention this place, and I had never been here, so I was super excited to get in touch with Sofie and learn more about it. Now, you got the name of this restaurant from your father. Do you want to tell everyone that story? It's a very, very sweet one.
All right, well, I was raised by my father, my siblings and I were, and I used to talk a lot. It's kind of a shock, but I did used to talk a lot, and I kind of still do. And he was, one time when I got my first attention, for talking. So when I took it home, he had told me, we had looked at it and said, okay, so if this is for talking, I said, yeah, it was. And he signed off and he said, this is your one and only free pass. But all I can tell you is you better get a job talking because you're never going to stop. So I did.
And so that led into waiting tables.
Yep, the first time I lied about my age and I got my first job waiting tables. And so when I came home and I told my dad, he was sick at the time, he had cancer. And I had crawled into his bed and I said, Dad, I know exactly what I want to do. He said, what do you want to do? I said, I'm going to wait tables for the rest of my life. I'm going to own a restaurant. And he said, well, and he rolled over, pulls out his wallet, hands me $1, and he says, then let me be the first paying customer at Sofie's Chatterbox. And I was 14 at the time. And yes, I lied on my job application. And so the name's had its name since I was 14. I knew then I was going to do that.
Such a great, heartwarming story. And you guys have really built this place around family. Like, the majority of your family works here.
Yes, my sister works here. My 2 nieces work here. My son's girlfriend works here. We don't hire off applications hardly ever. It's usually word of mouth. People we know, people that have been in this community for a long time. It's usually who we hire from.
Yeah, and your daughter, she is doing cakes for weddings and baby showers and that kind of
she
stuff?
runs the bakery, and she just had our first granddaughter, who is about the most amazing thing ever. And she's 1.5. She also likes to roam around here, and so it's all family. It's definitely all family here.
That's so awesome. And let's touch for a second on the bakery aspect. You guys make all of your own breads in-house.
Yes, we have the bakery in the back, and we do all our wheat and white breads, the hoagies and stuff that go for sandwiches, all our cookies, wedding cakes, brownies, anything you name. We just take the order, and then somehow the bakers seem to pull it out and make it work.
You guys have a really great jar system with, like, how many cookies do you guys have in those jars, like, on a regular basis?
On average, there's about 13.
13 different flavors, so come grab a cookie.
Yeah, I was going to say probably more.
They look absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
One other thing that I wanted to talk real quickly about is your guys' omelets here. You were telling me a little bit about them, then they have kind of a fun twist on some omelets.
Yes. Well, most restaurants, like, we're known for breakfast. We serve breakfast all day, and that's mostly what we're known for. Most of our omelets in any restaurant is like your traditional ones. So we've tried to come up with some that are a little bit different, and they've been our biggest sellers, especially on the weekends. We have the hangover omelet, which is biscuits and gravy tucked inside of the omelet. That's huge. And then we also have a bad A omelet, which is chicken fried steak, peppers, onions, and cheese with country gravy over the top. The cooks are amazing, and I'm not gonna lie, I sneak back and eat way too many of those.
And when she says bad A omelet, she means badass omelet. So
well, I know my
I'll cuss for you. But yeah, no, this is such a great little restaurant, and you guys are, part of the Rupert Square as well. And can you talk a little bit about the community that you guys have going on in the Rupert Square that maybe a lot of people may not know about outside of Rupert?
Oh, I love Rupert. I love this town. The thing that I love about the businesses in this town is they do definitely support one another. It's not often that you find a community that if you run out of one item, you can go next door to the next restaurant and ask for the same thing, like, hey, do you have to-go cups or whatever, and they will easily hand it over without question. And the small town feel on the Rupert Square is the most amazing thing. We're all friends.
That's such a great thing, and I would absolutely suggest it to everyone to, maybe take a weekend and come out here when there's an event happening at the square. It's just such a great hometown feel, kind of very laid back, Main Street USA kind of, vibe about it. So that's really great.
I love the Rupert Square. We do. They've been like redoing it and stuff. So we're in the middle of a construction zone, but I know it's going to be all worth it when it's done. It's a beautiful town. The people here are amazing, and I love the small town feel. You can walk in the store, and there's not one time that you don't know at least one person.
That's fantastic. All right, well, that's everything. Make sure that you guys come to Rupert and visit Sofie's Chatterbox. Unless, Sofie, you have anything else you'd like to add, how do they get a hold of you, maybe?
Yeah, well, come to the Rupert Square. There's a lot of other businesses here while you're here we can send you to.
And we'll make sure to put Sofie's Chatterbox Facebook, and do you have an Instagram? We'll put that in the link, the description as well. That way you guys can get a hold of these folks. And again, thank you for letting me in to talk to you today.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a good day.
You too.